The GB News presenter lost his patience in contentious debate with a 23-year-old on GB News. Eamonn Holmes ranted at a Gen Z's displeasure over wealthy pensioners raking in state pensions. In a recent poll, 4 out of 5 Brits said the state pension is inadequate to live on, and this has rubbed the GB News host the wrong way. Eamonn, 64, slammed a Gen Z gust live on air and goaded, "Try living on £156 a week," during a debate with political commentator Jack Rowlett, who claimed the demographic crisis is only getting worse and argued that pensions should be means-tested. Jack said, "In the UK at the moment, I think that we have a demographic crisis which is only getting worse. We know over the next 25 years that 25% of the population is going to be over 65. Currently, we are rationalizing the fact that we can't afford the state pension by creeping back the age, which I think is unfair, because current working people who are paying for the state pension through taxation are not going to be seeing the same benefits. But also, if you're a richer pensioner, you're going to be getting a state handout for much longer than if you're a poorer pensioner, because life expectancy is much lower for poorer people than richer people," he continued. "So by continuing to push back that age, it's grossly unfair. I think what we need to do is, rather than scrapping the state pension or reducing it, we need to be means-testing it instead. Because currently, whether you're a rich pensioner or whether you're a pensioner who's struggling to heat your home and feed yourself, you're getting that same handout from the state." Former Labour MP Dennis McShane pushed back, saying, "You look really dynamic for the age of 23. Let me tell you, as you get a bit older, you'll be paying taxes, a lot of taxes. Because to rebuild this country after the last 10 years, everybody's going to have to pay more after the disaster of the Liberal Democrat and Tory economic ideology. You'll find that it'll be very hard to persuade everybody older than you to pay a lot more so you can live in a better country. So I wouldn't actually means-test pensioners, because means-tests are mean. That's why the word is there." Jack replied, "They're all committed to keeping the triple lock, which just doesn't feel fair when you have 1 in 4 pensioners are millionaires when you have working families, having seen their average annual income fall by £375 a year since 2010. But pensioners have seen theirs increase by £510 a year. When we see that nearly 1/3 of children in this country are in poverty, whilst if you're a pensioner, you're much less likely to be in poverty than the average Brit. We need to be focusing our efforts on those pensioners who are still in poverty." That was when Eamonn waded in and claimed, "Those figures aren't really relevant there. I'd say try living on £156 a week, Jack, that's what I'd say." Eamonn, who since leaving This Morning has become more outspoken about what he has slammed as the woke younger generation, also recently opened up about his health woes as he explained, "It's as if somebody up there is playing with my life. In the past year, I've had an operation on my back which went wrong and has confined me to a wheelchair. I've fallen and broken my shoulder. Honestly, you could not make it up." While his back operation did ease some of his pain, he was then faced with the news that he wouldn't be able to walk. Speaking to Jerry Kelly via the Irish Independent, he added, "I have tried every treatment, but maybe I'll never get out of it, which is a harsh reality to face."